feel super dangerous, bright enough to hear God rustling around in the bushes. Oh, but it was you. Girl, I was so afraid. You said you should have seen the look on your face. Then I hope I laughed. Then I hope I satisfied and quietly undressed in a world completely possessed by the human mind. Girl, I was so afraid. You said you should have seen the look on your face. Getaway car full of bullet holes. Didn't stop pushing till they broke the mold. Didn't die young, but they didn't grow old as well. The necromancer and the southern belle sitting outside the gates of hell, licking their lips 'cause the ashes fell again. And they were singing, if you want it, well, you're gonna have to take it from me. If you want it, well, it's all for sale. I'm never gonna give it for free. If you want it, well, you're gonna have to give me something. If you want it, well, I need to know what's in it for me. Some of them fall, some of them fade, some get lost in the masquerade. Looking for some, but you found the shade again. The cosmic dancer, the Marquis de Sade, holding on to the lightning rod. Looking for kicks, but the plan was flawed again. And again they were singing, if you want it, well, you're gonna have to take it from me. If you want it, well, it's all for sale. I'm never gonna give it for free.
Well, we've seen the dressage, we've seen the terriers, and we're about to see some international show jumping. The track's set, and it is now ready to walk for our athletes. We'll see them coming in just behind me. That tross is now ready to walk, and it's a very different type of competition we're going to see here tonight. It's what we call an accumulator. Now, I'll tell you all about the rules and how that's going to work in just a couple of minutes. First, though, we send it back upstairs to Steve Serafin.
With the luck of the Irish be with our riders tonight as they attempt to negotiate this challenging course. Look for the Lucky Irish Jump. That's fence number 1, provided by Tourism Ireland. And also our Leading Lady Rider Award, proudly supported by Tiffany & Company, continues this evening with the International Jumper Accumulator Challenge. Each day, our current Tiffany & Company leading lady will be sporting the famous Tiffany blue colored armband. Now, leading the competition is Leslie Howard from the United States. The winner will be awarded a horseshoe pendant of round, brilliant diamonds and platinum on a 16-inch chain. Thank you to Tiffany & Company for their support here at this year's Royal Horse Show.
Well, we're getting set for the accumulator. We can see our athletes are already out on track, and just very briefly how this competition works. We can see they're all numbered as a normal competition would be, but our riders, as they jump the fence, they'll get 1 point for fence 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, and all the way up round towards the very last fence. But if we turn round, and we're going to have a look at a few of the other jumps, but when we get round towards the final fence, we can see the one on the left is worth 10 points. The one on the right is our joker, and it's worth 20 points. But if they knock the joker down, then 20 points will be deducted from their score. Any refusal on track, a first refusal, means that 4 points will be deducted from the score, and should they go over the time allowed, they'll be assessed 1 time fault for every 4 seconds or part of 4 seconds, and those time faults will be deducted from the final score tonight. So that's how things work. John Garner's our analyst. He's upstairs. Evening, John.
Good evening, Adam. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. You?
Fantastic. I've got a great view up here.
I'm glad, because you're going to help me look at this course. We start in this one over the Jump Ireland, I think.
That's right. Jump number 1, straight up and down vertical. Shouldn't carry too many issues, and it's only worth 1 point.
And then from there, we head round the bottom corner, and it's round to the group by. Now, we had a look at that turn, and there just isn't room to come inside, is there?
No, I don't think so. I think you pick your gallop up at jump number 1, and then you just stay on that lick all the way around. And you can actually carry a bit of speed there, Adam, I think, into 2 and then straight on to 3. But this is where you and I looked at, and things started to get complicated.
Yeah, I think this is where the first option is. So if you want to come with me, we'll come and have a look at this turn. So fence number 3 on course is this white and orange oxer. Now, they're going to be landing there, and then I think there's a bit of a sneaky turn just as you come towards the inside here, and we're looking round towards the system fencing upright at fence number 4. What they'll have to be careful, though, John, this is a very delicate upright, isn't it? So if they're getting that turn, they will have to straighten up into 4.
Well, there's a couple of aspects to it, Adam. You're right, it is quite delicate, although it is a nice bold fence. But also 4, you've got to set up for 5. And I think if you get that jump just right on the angle, you can also stay this side of the group by jump, and it's going to be a tight cut into 5, the Toronto Star upright, but I do think it's there. Otherwise, you've got a long gallop around to go around the outside of the black oxer.
Yeah, I think so, because of course this is against the clock. It is only 1 round, and if they get a maximum score, then we will be looking for those time to decide our winner. So we come over the upright down to the corner at 5, and then where do we go from there?
Straight on up the side there to the Music Land jump, the black and white oxer right on the side there. And then stay on the lick. You're going to carry on around the bottom end of the arena here by the in-gate. And stay inside the Longines clock there. That's a marker to keep an eye on. And then you're coming back right by you, the Green Hawk upright, 5 galloping strides down there to the orange and white and yellow oxer. And then I think there's another turn right there.
Yeah, I think so. We can see a few of the riders just walking down this line. There's Connor Swale. He's with Vanessa Mannix tonight. We might just see where they're going to look. They're going to be landing over the Oxford at fence 8, as you say, John, and I think most of the riders, as they're walking it, they are looking at that turn. We're heading back round towards this fence down here. It's the Longines FEI World Cup for the North American League Oxer. I think there is an inside turn there. Our course designer's Bernardo Costo Cabral. Bernie, the turn from 8 to 9, is it on tonight?
I think so. If the pace is fast, because it's against the clock, they'll come with some rhythm, and I think the 5 will be just nice for them to get close to 8 and then turn, because they can't turn to 7, so they have to go around. So they'll have a nice canter and they'll turn after 8. I hope.
Hey, Bernie, they've got to get the eye on the jump there, though, right? Like as they're coming into that turn, they've got to be on it and finding that rhythm as they get right around that corner. You can't be making your mind up as you go by the black jump.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, but it's at the end of the course, so the horses will be inside the course and concentrated then. It's not at the beginning, so I think it's on. It's not an easy option, but I think it's on.
Perfect. Thanks, Bernie. Well, we've got some of the very best in the world, but it's far from over as they land over the Oxer at fence 9, because we come down to my favourite line. And this is where all the riders are standing, having a little think about what their plan is tonight. Because we can see this nice Longines Oxer on the left-hand side. If they jump that tonight, then they will be getting 10 points. But if they come over here and they opt for this Joker, they will be awarded 20 points. And there's a couple of reasons for that. When we look at this fence, right up at the top, you can see there's actually no more holes left on our track. The rest of the fences are 1.45 m in height. This is 1.62 m. It's a skinny fence, so these poles are really, really light. We can see just how light and delicate they are. And also, if we look at the gaps here, and John, perhaps you'll agree with this as well. This is so gappy, I think it's going to draw the horse's eyes into these gaps.
Well, it's just so little for them to focus on, Adam. That's the challenge with it. Like you say, you've got those very narrow rails, and you've got just massive holes all the way in between, versus the blue Oxer right by the side. And even if you're looking at that skinny Oxer, the horses can be glancing over the big bold Longines jump right off the side there. So, you know, they just come through that tight turn, negotiated the Oxer right before the World Cup Oxer. And, I mean, realistically, you know as well as I do that there isn't really an option. If you're going to win this, you've got to do the inside cuts and you've got to jump the Joker clear.
Yeah, I think if they're clear up to this point, they will be taking the Joker. And perhaps if they have a couple of rails down or whatever, they might just want to finish over a nice kind of inviting Oxer, which is kind of what fence 10 is. But if you're clear, if you're on a good time, I think they're going to take this tonight.
Oh, there's no question that the winner for sure is. The real upside is tonight, Adam, I don't have to add.
Are you going for the Joker?
We'll see.
We will see, because we're getting set and ready. It's always an exciting one. They're going for a maximum score. They're going for a fast time. We get set and ready for the Accumulator Challenge here at the Royal.
Well, thanks a lot, Adam. And folks, we'll quickly go over the scoring again. So if they jump fence number 1, they're going to get a point for fence number 1. If they jump fence 2 clear, they'll get 2 additional points for 3, and so on. The point values go up to fence 10. If they jump 10 instead of the Joker, the maximum they would get going around to fence number 10 would be 55 total points. So if they're clean up to there and elect to take the Joker, John, then they would get an extra 10 points, so then their score would go up to 65. So instead of faults, we're keeping track of points tonight.
Yeah, and the one anomaly, of course, Steve, with that Joker, if they knock any other jump down on course, they just don't get those points. If they knock the Joker down, 20 points is coming off.
It's a big minus, that's right. Same thing with the refusal. If they should stop on course, they get -4 for the refusal there. Of course, the second refusal eliminates, as in any Table A competition here under our FEI rules. So an interesting course. Interesting scoring. Now the folks can watch the board overhead. Those points will be coming up as the riders negotiate the fences, and the points will be added up automatically for us as well, as you mentioned, so it'll make our job a bit easier tonight.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, really. So anyway, folks, different scoring option, but it'll be a great class for our riders. The riders getting international points, $35,000 in prize money up for grabs this evening, and we have a total of 16 riders. The first one should be about set to join us in just a moment. Time allowed is 69 seconds, and there are some risk and reward options on the course, as John and Adam pointed out, so we'll just have to see how this class, the Accumulator, unfolds this evening here in the Ricoh Coliseum.
Here it is, come and get it. Make it
Should have that first rider joining us in just a moment. There she is. To get started with our competition, our International Accumulator, underway with our first of 16 riders. And from the United States, let's welcome in Georgina Bloomberg. She's riding Minoti 2H, number 125, to start off our Accumulator competition. Riding an 11-year-old Oldenburger Springford mare, a German-bred horse. This rider competed in the Nations Cup in Ireland this past summer, finishing on the third-place U.S. team. And again, a rider from North Salem, New York, Georgina Bloomberg, aboard Minoti 2H. So again, the points will be coming up on the board. You see the countdown running. The bell is sounded. And 45 seconds to get started here with our first entry, Minoti 2H and Georgina Bloomberg. Jump coming down, folks. So we mentioned at the opening we have to deduct 20. She was on a good roll there, John, and Georgina will end up with 25 points this evening.
Well, Georgina did exactly what she had to do, Steve. She had to go in and set the mark and really try and put the hammer down. Let's just have a look here. Got into the turn really well, Minoti. Almost got Georgina out the saddle. Had the jump, the Joker, done in front, but just the back legs dragging it down.
Adam said it was a very tender jump, the narrow jump, and the rail is up there at 1.62 meters. So Georgina leaves with 25 points, a lot of risk and a lot of reward there at the Joker jump to wrap up this course this evening. Another one of our riders from the United States joins us this evening. Let's welcome in Laura Kraut. She's riding Bialda, number 116. Bialda, 10-year-old Dutch warm-blood mare, Laura Kraut from Wellington, Florida, our second rider in our accumulator. There's the bell, so that will stop the time overhead. We will be deducting 4 penalties for that refusal there. They get 4 taken off of their accumulated points. The second bell will send them back on their way. Sand rail there at the end, another 20 points coming off of the Joker. So they lost the 24 points along the way, John, and a disappointing ride here for Laura this evening.
Yeah, early on for me, Steve, Bialda just didn't look like she was taking Laura through the bridle there, and then around this corner, just when you need the horse to see the jump and grab the bit and take you there, she wasn't quite focused on it. Ran out of room, had no choice but to put the brakes on. That is an awfully big jump to finish on.
So losing 4 for the refusal and knocking that joker down, but it looks like they're not afraid of that joker anyway, folks. So we should have some exciting scores should one of these riders go clean for us, and maybe it'll be our next rider on course. Let's welcome in our 12-time Canadian show jumping champion, crowned here at the Royal earlier in the show. Here's Ian Miller from Perth, Ontario, aboard Baranis, the 13-year-old Oldenburg gelding. Ian Miller. A couple of problems on the course. Ian will finish up with 49 points this evening.
We're going to the top right now in the early stages. Really tight turn here into the Greenhawk up right there. Baranis just rubbing it down in front and then got all sorts of locked up on landing. After jump number 8 here, just couldn't quite make the turn.
Kept moving forward, saved the refusal penalty there, and carried on to finish up the round. 49 points total, 55.69 for Ian Miller and his Mount Baranis this evening. As we continue on, another one of our Canadian riders joining us in the Ricoh Coliseum this evening. Let's welcome in Aaron Ballard of Tottenham, Ontario, aboard Karimba Beam, entry number 106. 8-year-old Hanoverian Marin and our rider from Tottenham, Ontario, 36-year-old Aaron Ballard. We took our first look at a clear effort there, folks. John Aaron around the course, and she accumulates a total of 55 points, and her time is 50 and fractions, and taking over that top spot. Nicely done.
Yeah, taking over the top spot, Steve, and maybe just banking on the fact that that joker has proved really, really difficult. So maybe if she sneaks in there with the 10 points for that final jump, that'll help her out as we get towards the back end of the competition. Little rub there on 8, but a nice trip from Aaron.
Of course, these riders do play strategies. They know the limitations of their horses. We'll see how it plays out as we get back into our class with our next rider representing the United States. Here's Leslie Howard. She has the Tiffany armband on as the leading lady so far here at the Royal, riding Moondoggie, number 128, 11-year-old Holsteiner gelding, German-bred horse. So Leslie taking Longines Oxer at the end. A safe jump there. She had 3 knockdowns, accumulating only 39 points. Time was 47.66. So a few problems with rails this evening, John.
Well, typical Leslie approach early on in the round there, Steve. Really aggressive. Moondoggy getting right into the turn here. Is a very quick horse. And then just didn't back up when he needed to help Leslie out. Very slick turn here, but again, right on top of the jump.
So 39 points, 47.66 would be the tie-breaking time should any other rider come up with 39 as a total. And we'll continue on to welcome our next rider from the country of Belgium. Let's welcome in 20-year-old Jos Verlooy aboard Caruso 472, showing next entry 155. 20-year-old rider, 10-year-old Westphalian gelding, Caruso 472. Again, 55 points, total points to beat. You need to get the joker, the clear round to take over the top spot, or 55 with a better time than Aaron Ballard's time of 50.68 seconds. Total points, the maximum, and now the gauntlet has been laid, John. 48.67, the time there for Jos.
Well, he executed his plan to perfection. He had a couple of taps around the course. Caruso's a long horse, but Jos, a tall lad, did a real good job keeping him balanced. Got a little long into this turn, but he came around the corner on him nicely, and a great shot over that final joker.
Very confident ride there indeed, and taking over that top spot, the rider from Belgium, Jos Verlooy, 65, the total points, and 48.67, the time to beat. We'll continue on. Here's another one of our Canadian riders here at the Royal Horse Show from Calgary, Alberta. Let's welcome in the 27-year-old Vanessa Mannix riding Shimas, number 104. Holsteiner gelding, 8 years of age, the horse, and a rider from Calgary, Vanessa Mannix. 65 is the magic number now, and a time to beat, 48.67 to take over the lead. Taking the joker, not quite fast enough, but we've got a class going here tonight, John. 65 points in the second place, the rider from Calgary, Vanessa Mannix.
Well, she should be absolutely thrilled with that. She put in a great performance, a really measured ride. Just let Shemas go and do what he can do. Jump the jumps absolutely fantastically. Great shape. A little bit long coming into that number 8 ox. It made the turn a little bit longer than it needed to be, but nice performance. Look at that effort over the last.
Told me earlier she's come a long way in the last couple of years, showing here at the Royal, having a great show here so far with a couple of days left in our international competition. In the second place for Vanessa Mannix as we watch our next Canadian rider. Here's Hyde Moffitt. He hails from Georgetown, Ontario, and he is riding Stormin, number 157. Holsteiner Gelding, 37-year-old Hyde Moffat up in the irons for the ride here this evening. In our accumulator class, 65, the magic number, and the target still at 48.67. Taking the option there, so he gets the maximum 55, and his time is 49.91, John. He takes over third place. Great ride there for our rider, Kean White.
Yeah, nice ride there for Hyde. He got all the turns done like he wanted, stayed on the pace. Gave Storman every chance to get the jumps jumped. Really liked his ride into the Greenhawk vertical. He stayed on the pace.
Yeah, Hyde Moffat with their ride, and he qualified to show in our international division here through his efforts in the Canadian Championship. Two riders earned their spot into our international week here at the Royal, and Matt Cohn was the other rider along with Hyde Moffat, earning their way in this week. Next rider hails from the United States. Here's Audrey Coulter riding Alex, number 145. Audrey, 24 years of age, from San Francisco, California, 10-year-old Westphalian Gelding, and our rider Audrey Coulter a challenge for that top spot here. The reward is there, 65 points. The time is 52.53 seconds, and currently taking over our new third place.
Great job for Audrey. Lovely model of a horse. This one really throws a nice shape over the jump. Lots of power. Great expression. Look at his ears pricked up right at that jump. Got a bit lucky coming around to the Toronto Star upright. But sometimes, Steve, that's all you need.
Sometimes a little bit of luck goes a long way in show jumping, and Audrey moving into third place with that effort here in our International Accumulator Challenge here this evening for you at our Royal Horse Show. Here's a rider representing Ireland this evening. On course next, we have Dara Kenny, and he is aboard H Casino, entry number 132. 9-year-old Belgian warm blood gelding, and our 28-year-old rider representing Ireland, Dara Kenny, up next. Well, no chance to take over the lead with one knockdown. Number 7 coming down, so losing points there. Taking the safe option, Dara ends up with 48 points.
Yeah, it looked early on like Dara knew Casino wasn't really on his game tonight. He was having to work extra hard to get to the jumps. Unfortunately, the rail's coming down. No chance of winning tonight.
Moving into 7th place, Derek Kenny and H. Casino. So the leading time still at 48.67 as we welcome in the number 3 rider on the Longines ranking list worldwide. Here's McLean Ward this evening. Let's welcome McLean aboard Tina Laboyem, entry number 114. Tina, 9-year-old Self-Français French-bred mare, and McLean Ward from Brewster, New York aboard our next to challenge for the win in our accumulator this evening. Well, McLean takes the high side there. They missed the Toronto Star jump along the way. They'll finish 60 points, just 5 points off the total. And the 52.44 time would rank them into 4th place, John. A little bit of a problem there at that Toronto Star vertical.
Yeah, actually, they did a really nice job in the turn before coming to 4. McLean got it just to quieten down a little bit, create the space, and then it looked like he was looking for her to take him through the turn. She didn't quite get there for him, and made the jump there to Toronto Star a little bit long, but lovely finish over the last upright.
Still goes into 4th place with the total of 60 points and his time of 52.44 seconds on the course. So we're down to 5 riders remaining here in our competition. Here's another one of our Canadian riders, folks. Let's welcome in Jonathan Miller, and he's riding Caprice, number 110 in our accumulator. 9-year-old Dutch warm-blood mare, and Jonathan Miller from Perth, Ontario will give it a go here in our accumulator. Round 2, top rails coming down, so Jonathan finished on 40 points. John, he was going around really well, and then the Green Hawk just went off, the wheels went off the wagon.
3, 4, 5, he done as well as anybody out there tonight. Just coming around the corner. Caprice not quite getting locked on, just staying a little bit low, and then very flat coming into the orange oxer there.
So a total of 40 points for Jonathan and Caprice, and their time was 53.81 seconds in our accumulator this evening. Here's a rider that competed for our country at the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. Let's welcome Tiffany Foster aboard Chesney next, number 144. 9-year-old warm-blood gelding, and Tiffany Foster, the rider aboard our next entry to challenge. Tiffany Foster with a great ride. She gets the maximum 65 points. Just off the pace and into second place. Great ride there, John, tonight for Tiffany and her horse here in our competition, Chesney.
Yeah, she had a great plan there, Steve. You can watch with the bridle here on Chesney. She's got a hackamore, so bitless bridle makes it a little bit harder sometimes to make those tight turns. Looked like Tiffany really went hard early to try and save up a little bit of time, get some time in the bank. But let's have a look at this last jump here. What an effort.
Big jump over that meter 62 vertical. So she moves into our new second place, 50.60, just behind Yusfer Lloyd with 48.67 as that target time still holding up. Here's another rider representing Ireland on the course next. Let's welcome in Shane Sweetnam. He's riding 141 Cobalt this evening, 10-year-old Swedish warm-blood gelding. He's got that. And how about the time? 48.17. He did it by a half a second. A great ride produces a great result, John.
Absolutely perfect. Foot perfect all the way around. Cobalt giving Shane a really good effort all the way around there. Super on that 3, 4, 5, but then very, very quick from 6 all the way to 7.
Yeah, riders are doing a great job, but we should give some credit again to Bernie, the course designer. He's built a great track, and it's just inviting the riders to take all the chances and gives them a great opportunity to produce a great ride.
Course designer is key in any international jumping competition, Steve, and yeah, he's done a great job.
Bernardo has done it again, folks, and we welcome in a rider from Germany. Here is David Will up next aboard Cento de Rouet, number 137. German rider David Will aboard this 9-year-old Oldenburg Frankfurt German-bred gelding Cento de Rouet. So that new target time is 48.17. Well, Shane Sweetnam sure got the knockout punch right away. Look at that time, 45.46, 3 seconds off of that time.
Wow, aus Deutschland, what a performance from David. Well, absolutely fantastic, David. Great job. Lightning quick from start to finish. Let's have a look at this all the way through here. Barely even pulled on the reins through these tight turns.
Just amazing right there. It's fun to watch it again on the replay. So he takes over the lead, 45-46. One challenger left to possibly unseat that ride. We'll see if Harry Smulders can do it. He represents the Netherlands, riding Cicero 2 this evening, entry number 149. Harry, 36 years of age, riding this 9-year-old Dutch warm-blood gelding, Cicero 2, and that target time 45-46. And just the problem at the Green Hawk jump, no chance of a win here for our final rider, Harry Smulders. They accumulate 58 points in 48.25 seconds. But look at that time. He was threading the needle all the way around.
Yeah, he really was. And a lovely effort from Harry with that lovely chestnut horse. Gave him a nice effort all the way around. A little too close coming to the Green Hawk upright. And unfortunately, rail down at this stage, and you've got no chance. But what a performance from David Will. That's as good a round as I've ever seen.
Oh, my God, that was just beautiful to watch, and I'm sure we'll see a replay again during our awards ceremony. Folks, stay right with us. We'll have the top four coming right back in. International jumping. We honored the winning rider with the national anthem of Germany here for David Will. So stay right with us. The presentation, only four coming back for our awards here, and we'll have those guys back in just a moment. So the win goes to David Will from Germany with Cento Durouet, 65 points and 45-46, the winning time here. And they'll be right back in for our presentation. $35,000 in prize money plus the points for the International Rider Awards coming up at the Saturday evening conclusion to our show jumping here at this year's Royal Winter Fair Horse Show. And again, big jumping on Saturday night with the Big Ben Challenge to wrap up our week here at the Royal Horse Show. Mr. Ian Gilmore from the Royal Horse Show Chairman will be presenting our awards here this evening. Our top riders coming back in for our awards in our International Accumulator Challenge, the $35,000 class, and Adam is in the ring for our presentation.
Yeah, sure, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge royal welcome all the way from Germany. David Will, your winner tonight. Now, David, this is a horse you've had since the beginning of the year. You've had a couple of great wins at Tryon with him already. What was it that kind of secured that win tonight? Where do you think you made up the time? You should be on. There you go.
Like the key, I think, was that he is simply naturally so quick, and he really pulled it together one more time for the Joker and cleared it, and yeah, he's just a great horse for speedy classes.
You can tell he's a real speedy horse. I mean, even in the warm-up, you can tell he's kind of on edge and ready to go. What's the future for this horse? Where do you see him going next?
Yeah, as you said, I have him now since the beginning of the year. I've actually started to move him up into the Grand Prix level as well. I've started doing him 4-star Grand Prix. And now for the end of the year, he will have a little bit of break. He did a lot here in this tour that I did in America. But then next year, I hope to step him up one more level.
And finally, are we going to see this horse in the Group by Big Ben Challenge on Saturday?
Sorry?
Are you going to jump this on Saturday?
He's going to do the class with the dogs.
Ah, the dogs. That's a fun class. So many congratulations. David Will, everybody, your winner for Germany.
Germany takes home the red ribbon, nice Cento Durouet, and David Will with the great job here. Mr. Ian Gilmore, our horse show chair, is joining us for our presentation, congratulating our winner, David Will. We'll get that win shot there. There's the beautiful trophy. Red ribbon in place aboard Cento Durouet. So, folks, we are going to honor David Will with the national anthem for the country of Germany. Please rise, if you would, as we honor the winning ride of David Will with the national anthem of Germany. Once again, we salute the win of David Will from Germany aboard Cento Durouet. Job well done by that gentleman here this evening in our accumulator. Second award going to Ireland's Shane Sweeten aboard Cobalt this evening. The third award to Belgium's Jos Verlooy and Caruso. The fourth award to Canada's Tiffany Foster and Chesney. Fifth place this evening, Canadian rider Vanessa Mannix aboard Shamas. And in sixth place, we had a rider from the United States, San Francisco, California, Audrey Coulter aboard Alex, rounding out the top six for our awards in our International Accumulator Challenge. I'd like to thank Mr. Ian Gilmore, our Royal Horse Show Chairman, for presenting. David Will, the time is yours to lead our round of honor as we salute our top six this evening in our $35,000 International Accumulator Challenge round of honor, coming up led by Germany's David Will. He's going to come around one more time. Let's salute our winner here, David Will, a happy young man representing the country of Germany, taking home the top honors in our International Accumulator Challenge on our great Thursday night here at this year's Royal Horse Show. Exciting show jumping coming up again tomorrow night. Of course, the horse and pony relay, the Super Dogs against the International Jumping Stars on Saturday afternoon. And, of course, the Group by Big Ben Challenge to wrap it up here on Saturday night. Thanks a lot for attending here at the Ricoh Coliseum. Hope you had a great time. And to those who are watching on Royal TV, we say good night.